Yo, what's up guys? Fireheart318 here with another episode of KSP Base Race. It's been like, what, a month and a half now? Anyway, I'm back to health, and I've finally found a good time to record where I don't have any homework and just nothing's going wrong. Anyway, this rocket here should be able to make it all the way to orbit, which is something I promised near the end, or maybe it was in the description of my last video. We're just taking off slowly, no boosters, 2 stages. Should also get these. Why aren't they in tourist suits? Whatever. We've also got these 2 tourists in the crew cabin here, sorry. And they are really scared. I don't really know why they signed up for this now. Anyway, just gonna fast forward through this and see when something actually happens. It is not a good thing when you have to fight the rocket to just control the darn thing. And I also just realized that I don't need that probe core at all. This was originally supposed to be a space station, but then I realized I didn't have any solar panels or any antennae, which pretty much defeats the purpose. And I'm not even sure if it'll make it all the way up. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. I'm back. I've added... Great. Just great. Oh, it's working. Anyway, I've added some giant boosters on the on the outside, and a couple of little fins right here. I'm not sure how well they'll work, if at all. I mean, they are tweak scaled, and my most recent experience with tweak scaled wings was all the way back in 1.0.5. To give you a bit of an idea of what version of how long it's been. Wow, I can't do words. To give you an idea of how long it's been, it is 1.2.2 now. About 6 months. And last time I used tweak scaled wings, I put them on a big Mark IV plane, and when I pulled up, the wings just tore off, and the entire thing fell over into the ocean and blew up. Originally they were too small, and then tweak scale, and way too big, just horrible failure all around. Anyway, slowly gaining altitude here, just normal rocket, I guess. I have gotten quite a few new mods since the last episode. We got tweak scale, which is really only active on the Rockamax brand adapters, because I don't have any good nose cones. And, where are they? And these little fins here. Again, tweak scaled wings, not sure if they'll actually work, but at least I don't have to fight the rocket. And, stage please, thank you. And, let's see, KSP Interstellar Extended, Near Future Propulsion, which isn't on here, and and all 3 B9 mods, which probably won't come into play much in this series, except for Beam's Power. Wait, no, that's KSP Interstellar. Well, anyway, Beam's Power is freaking awesome. I mean, it's basically Wi-Fi, except it's electricity. And it can power all sorts of crazy things. Pretty much anything you need electric charge for. Just gaining altitude here, and I should probably level out just a little more. fuel is good here, although I should probably have added a KER Kerbal Engineering or Kerbal Engineer Redux mod. One of those little tape things that actually enabled mod in career, and maybe it's also science mode. I haven't played science mode in like months. Many months. Oh, I definitely need to level out here. My Aquaps is climbing way faster than my horizontal speed is. Just 100 meters per second away from 1,000, and we are at that speed now. Almost out of fuel in this upper middle stage, and prepared to ditch it in 3, 2, 1, and wow, I can't count down right. Ditch. Now that stage has parachutes on it, just like the first one, so that should allow it to be recycled. Now for the tricky part, actually getting into orbit. Now, I am a moron, and I did not upgrade the proper facilities to enable, I think it's called patch connects, like the blue line and the ability to add maneuver nodes and stuff. Actually, let's try that. Nope, can't add them. It's just not optimal. In every career mode save since I actually discovered how to get that to work, I've added the, I've upgraded mission control and whatever it's called, the contracts place. The contracts place and the tracking station. There. Both of those in order just to be able to tell what the heck is going on. And I am definitely getting some pull from those fins. Maybe tweak scale actually... No, that's not possible. I'm not sure if this will actually make it, but I'm going for it. And we are finally in orbit. It only took 4 episodes. So, there's really nothing to do up here but enjoy the view. In fact, this might be the screenshot for the thumbnail. Where'd the sun go? There. Nah, that is not good. That? No. This. This is perfect. Now to do, like, really the only reason to go to space. Science. Crew report. There it is. I haven't played this game in so long. Wow, there's next to nothing up here. Okay. Nope. Nope. EVA. Report. Oh, there's some good science. Above Kerbin's water. That gives me an idea. You know how I said this thing was originally gonna be a space station? Well, I'm gonna do that again as soon as I get solar panels. I'm gonna put it in a polar orbit, and it's gonna be awesomeness. I'm betting on getting at least 16 times 2, 10, at least 64 science from it, if not more. And I might actually have the lab unlocked by then, so that would be great too. Now, I have gotten the money from these, well, actually I'm not sure if that awards money until everything's done, but I have gotten the Orbit Kerbin contract and 2/3 of the Tourist contract. So, just gonna quick save again, and I'm pretty sure in order to get back, you're supposed to warp to about at this altitude, just before the desert. Like, a long time ago I made this video where I flew to the crater just from the KSC here, I hope you can see my mouse, all the way to about where the periapse is right now. It was a pretty boring video, to be honest. It didn't really miss much, but it did look beautiful. I might leave that in the description, might not. might not appear like much has changed, but it definitely has. I've added auto struts and rigid attachment to pretty much everything, and why aren't I... Oh god, that's the wrong direction. I can still save this. Okay, finally. Now, about these boosters. One, actually I've already said that. I guess just enjoy the ride. We are in orbit. As you saw, right as I was about to enter space, I just floored it. That's because I realized it doesn't mean just get into orbit for the stack separator contract. It has to be at a certain altitude. In this case, 280,000 to 290,000 meters, or 209 kilometers. So... yeah, I just wound up flooring it, and kinda overshot it, but not really. So we're just gonna time warp there and test it. That's done, I'm just going to drop the apoapse to about 90 kilometers. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering why this station even exists. I mean, space stations in KSP are relatively useless if they don't carry fuel. While, in this case, we're in a polar orbit, which means we can be above every single biome on Kerbin and get all the science we can from those situations in a single launch. Now, this is a huge advantage compared to an equatorial, or even slightly... Whoa, what's happening here? Anyway, that's a huge advantage to pretty much any other kind of space station in terms of science. And I cannot control EVA suits the way they might... how they are now in 1.2. Please go back to the original system. Anyway, just gonna go ahead and reset this and the goo. Collect. And restore. And... whoops. Pretty sure there wasn't anything useful in there anyway. And now just get the other instruments. And now for the main thing. An EVA report. These are really, really valuable and can be done crazy frequently in a polar orbit. And I'm just going to go ahead and store the experiments and get back into craft. If I can slow down, that is. Please. These spacesuits are so hard to control. Finally. So now, I'll actually see you on the ground. Wow, just got in a polar orbit, and there's already polar orbit stuff. I'm pretty sure this satellite's a spy satellite, though.